morning, my faithful and loyal YouTube subscribers. Today is Friday, it's March 26th. Y'all, it's like these months are flying by. We already in March has been a year. We're a good year into the coronavirus pandemic. I've noticed huge lines here in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium where people have been lined up to get their coronavirus vaccine. I think that's excellent. We're moving in the right direction. They're actually planning to have the Braves Stadium open for over 100,000 people by June or July. So, and that was, they said, it'd be the first large event where we can get things, back to normal. The last few days, my allergies have been so severe over here. Piercing headache, nose running, eyes running, and I was just hoping for some rain because I knew the rain would kind of wash it away. Well, last night we finally did get some rain and tornadoes and everything else. So my heart goes out to anyone who was affected by that storm. It did major damage in Alabama and parts of Georgia. People were killed last night down here in Georgia, and their homes were literally destroyed. And some people may never be able to rebuild after this, especially those we know who lost their lives and lost family members. A lot of times when you see these storms sweep through and homes destroyed, a lot of us don't realize that a lot of those people who own those homes, a lot of them just simply don't rebuild. They end up selling a lot to someone else, and another person rebuilds on a lot. But some people, the experience is so traumatic that they don't have the strength to even go back to and rebuild. I don't want to rebuild, and they move on, and the lots are sold, and somebody else comes on and takes on that burden of rebuilding that home. So, we have certain areas they call tornado alleys that are always hit by tornadoes and homes destroyed, and they rebuild them, and the homes destroyed again, and they rebuild them all. And people are thinking, why would people go back to the tornado alley and build a home and live there? But most people who come back, who move into those homes, had no clue that the 3 previous homes that were sitting on that foundation had been destroyed. It goes to the housing market. Boy, that housing market is every time I turn on my feed, I'm looking at a lot of my friends buying homes for investment purposes, homes that live to the. I personally, because I've experienced in real estate, and I know a lot about this real estate, I would not buy any of this stuff. I've said this before. I'm looking at people buy, and that's fine. If you feel comfortable buying a home or buying an investment property at this stage, do it. But everybody I speak to who's a real estate agent, who's involved in real estate, or who lived through down housing market collapses, and they all say this bubble that has formed, and it is a housing bubble, is so large that when it does explode, it's going to be devastating to a lot of people. Now, I've talked to real estate agents who've been in business for 25, 30 years. I've talked to real estate agents way older than me. And they're looking at this stuff and they say people are lining up, homes are hitting the market for sale, and they're getting 50 offers. Many of these offers are coming in sight unseen. See, we've been down this path before. How could people forget the downturn in 2000, 2006, 2007? In 1993, when I bought my first house, I guess they went around then. So since I've lived through those economic depressions and recessions and housing collapse and homes at 50 cents on the dollar or less, I have sense enough to know this is not the time to run out there getting into a bidding war over a house. This is a good time to sell that house, though. I was in the house, I put all that shit up for sale. I'll sell it and rent it back. I'm gonna rent it back from you for the next year or two. And investors, because investors are buying this shit. I find an investor to buy my damn house, give me top dollar for my house, I'll rent it back to there because I know I'm gonna buy it back for pennies on the dollar when they walk away for it when that shit foreclosed. These investors running around here buying this shit. I never understood the whole I'm gonna buy a house and rent it out game. You buying at the top of the market and you plan on renting the home out. What type of profit are you planning on making in the rents? It's not adding up. You bought the home at an extremely high price, which means your mortgage payment is going to be kind of high, possibly higher than rents in the area, or I don't get it. That's because people don't know what the fuck they're doing. Anybody purchasing a home in this market is a fucking fool. You can quote me on that one. If you are stupid enough to be buying a house in this market, you dumb as hell, and you're going to pay some serious consequence for buying that shit right now. Common sense will tell you this is too high, and walk away and wait for better days. It's coming. But y'all so busy following everybody. Everybody's buying a house. My sister bought one, my brother's buying. Everybody's buying a house. Everybody's buying. I've never understood about people. Just because everybody's doing it don't mean you need to do it. Let them dummies walk on over there and buy the expensive shit. You sit back and smoke your cigarette and say, grab you a cup of coffee and say, I'll wait. I'm about to fight with y'all over no damn house. People acting like houses going up and vanish. You'll never be able to buy another house again. That ain't the case. America ain't running out of houses. Don't get caught up with the lies of these real estate agencies. Real estate agents have to make money off sales. They have to make commissions. They will sell you, they stake at draws if they can get some money off of it. I never cared for the whole real estate involved in the transaction because real estate agents, their income is based off sales. They have to sell. They may know that this shit is way overpriced. I have some friends who are good real estate agents, and they have told people this is not the time to buy, even if it means they're taking a loss in commissions. They don't want family members and friends to get caught up in what's going to happen. And it is going to happen. It's inevitable. It always happens. Up and then down. Up and then down. Up and then down. Don't y'all get it? No, you don't get it because everybody, Americans forget shit so damn fast. I just say, y'all, it's like they forget everything. But maybe some people just went around when it happened. Just let's stop and think about it. Let's do the math. I did this before. We are now in 2021. So the housing market, let's say 2021, the housing market collapsed in 2000, I'm going to say 7. But really it was fall of 2006, maybe. 2007, 2008. So we'll just choose 7. That was 14 years ago. So the average person buying a home now is about 30 years of age. That means they were 16 years of age when that housing market collapsed back then. They don't have no clue what's going on. But they kings of the world now because they 30 years of age. They know every goddamn thing. And Walter's a motherfucking fool. He an old fool. Walter ain't nothing but old fool. Bitter. Angry. They ain't gonna eat them words. That's right. I had one of my clients sitting right here talking all that shit, and I looked at him. I'm gonna buy this house. $700,000. It's just you. Why would a black gay man, one person, need a $700,000 5-bedroom, 4-bath house? Can someone explain this to me? How are you gonna pay for the maintenance, the upkeep, the insurance, the taxes on this $700,000? Have you factored all this into this? It's more than just a mortgage payment. Y'all see them tornadoes that swept through there last night and tore all them $700,000 houses up? And go look. They bulldozed those houses. Poof! They folks woke up on the ground. Whew, those that lived. What happened to our investment? It's gone. And it happens in the blink of an eye. Now if you don't have proper insurance on that house, if you paid $400,000 house, I mean, the housing market is quite a scam when you stop and think about it. But people have to find this out on their own. I'm not going to pay $700,000 way out in the suburbs for some house, or in the city for that matter. I live in a townhouse. I'm renting this. They have townhouses similar to this, but smaller than what I pay in rent. I mean, smaller in size. And they're asking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Who's buying this shit? I walked into the house and said, well, shit, where my couch gonna fit in this living room? Damn, that table, I got to get rid of the dining room table. I just probably wouldn't even fit in here. And they're buying this stuff. Now, I've been into some townhouses that were really nice. $1.5, $2 million. Each house, 1.5 in the old fourth ward. I said, what in the hell is going on here? It had an open house. I said, let me go inside and see what this townhouse is. Outside didn't look all up. Man, townhouse. I walked up in there. Neighbor, a little mask on. Hi. Yeah, I'm going to pick up that file. Had to sit down. Agent said, you okay? This mask, I really can't breathe with this mask on, man. It's tough to breathe. Forgive me. I need some air. Do you mind if I step out on the patio and breathe? I had to rip that mask off and look at that fly. Ooh. I said, let me go see this glorious $1.5 million townhouse over here in Old Fourth Ward, overlooking what was once an alley, a ditch they call the Beltline now. I got to compose myself. You know, I can afford a $1.5 million townhouse. The devil is a lie. I ain't buying no damn $1.5 million townhouse. I don't give a fuck where it is. Townhouse, 8 flights of stairs. Oh no. So anyway, I walked in town. Very nice. Beautiful. So as I'm walking through this $1.5 million townhouse in the Old Fourth Ward that was once they built it on what was once an alley, a little ditch that ran behind it, which is now the Beltline. And that's why it's $1.5 million. They had sold all of them, one left. This was a resale. So I wasn't sure if this was a stage house, somebody lived in it, or was the last unit for sale. Something was going on. I don't know, but this shit was high as hell. But I looked, it was beautiful. Oh my God, it was beautiful. Ooh, it was beautiful. Elevator, you need that elevator too. It was an elevator, it was the stairs everywhere. That shit was like 4 or 5 levels, 2-car garage, rooftop deck overlooking the Beltline, the ditch they didn't turn into, the alleyway that was a ditch with train tracks on it, that didn't turn into the Beltline. Motherfuckers. But anyway, they're over there, all these white folks running around up and down the Beltline. It's just glorious over there. I'm just, this is heaven over here. This show is heaven. Ma'am, how is this shit worth $1.5 million? I asked the agent. I said, how is this worth $1.5 million? I'm astounded. Well, this one sold for this one, and this one sold for this one, and this one sold for this. I said, we paying this much for this shit over here? That's exactly how I said it. They paying this much for this shit over here? The mother wife was like, oh, excuse me, they paying this much for this shit over here. They didn't lost their fucking minds. Buy it if you want to. You're gonna regret it. Anybody buying this overpriced shit, and it ain't just in fucking Atlanta. This shit is sky nationwide. People still buying a house. My mortgage got approved. I got a 1.8% mortgage rate for 30 years. So you're looking at the interest rate in the payment. Me and my wife can afford it. As I said, me and my wife. Well, what if something happens to your wife? I hope you got some insurance to pay off that balance in that mortgage. I'm 51 years of age. Would it make any type of sense for me to go latch onto a $700,000 or $1.5 million mortgage at this point in my life? Let me do the math again. I got 30 years to suffer with that shit. Let me see if I stay there 30 years. Let's see. I'm 51. Let's add 30 years to that for that shit paid for. I'd be 81 years of age. That's why I write that last check. Oh, it's paid for finally. And guess what happens after I write that check? Like, Walter died today. Yeah, he may have just paid off his mortgage too in that townhouse over there. Damn. Well, who gonna get the townhouse now? Cause you niggas know I ain't leaving no will. I'm letting them niggas fight over it. By that point, I might be a couple of my family. There's gonna be some nieces and nephews left over. Y'all can fight over this shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm dead anyway. Throw my ass in the grave. I told y'all to cremate me anyway. I'm sure they do the old lavender funeral. That's what niggas do. After I told you to cremate me, they got me sitting up in Creflo Dollar's church. What am I doing here? I'm gonna wake up and say, what the fuck am I doing here? Didn't I tell you niggas not to do this shit? I was right out of church screaming in. But anyway, back to the video. Do not buy this expensive shit. Do your homework. Wait. These houses ain't going nowhere. They will be here 5 years from now, much cheaper. Watch. It's too much of it for sale right now. It's too much overpriced stuff. And if you're that impatient, if you're that impatient, you have to have something, then try to buy the cheapest house in the most desirable neighborhood that you want to be in. If that's possible. Even the cheapest is too damn high. That's why I was saying, wait. I was newly out of college, newly married. We don't have no children, but we want to start a family. I was squeezed into a one-bedroom apartment. We just had to make do and save our money, and so we can pay cash for when this shit collapses. Because see, the people who sitting on the sidelines holding on, sitting on cash, raise your hand. People sitting on the sidelines sitting on cash, they're going to do much better than you motherfuckers with these expensive ass mortgages. You're not, and that might be underwater on a mortgage. I have friends who, in the collapse that was 14 years ago, still underwater, even though they've been paying down their mortgages, they still ain't got that shit to where it need to be. I said, after all these years, you still ain't, or barely, after all those years, it finally just kind of leveled. They sold it for about what they owed on it. And they had to pay realtor fees and stuff out of pocket. I'm like, after all these years, that shit never went back up in value? So when you start buying expensive stuff, let's just keep it real, y'all. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, $1 million that shit is high. I'm using all my fingers. If you walk into a home and it costs you more than this, $400,000, leave it alone right now. But I say, well, we can't get shit for the doghouse. We can't even get Snoopy Doghouse for $400,000. Leave it alone. Thank you all. Have a nice day. We'll be back. In certain areas of I'm talking about Atlanta, this is high for me. For me. This is pushing to extremes. For a townhouse. Well, I paid $400 for a house in the right neighborhood, possibly, yeah. I ain't paying this for a townhouse, $500, and I definitely ain't paying $1.5 million. Hell, fucking no, the devil is a fucking lie. That shit. I don't care how beautiful. Y'all, I know how to build this shit. Give me a vacant lot, I'll build me a house. See, I like a ranch. Shit, I'm in this townhouse. It's a good exercise when you get up and down these stairs, you know. Yeah, I'll be 51 in just a few days. People get asked, what are you going to do for your 51st birthday? Keep running from the coronavirus. I got one more shot to get, and then I can do something. I'm going to get my ass on a motherfucking plane and go someplace and celebrate like it and do something. I'm getting on one of them. As soon as they give me that vaccine, I asked the pharmacist, when is this vaccine going to be 100% and 95% efficacy rate or whatever in my body? By this time, I'm going to Delta Airlines. I only fly Delta. Delta. Will you get me a ticket to Dubai? If they let Americans in at that point. At some point, we know everything's going to return to normal as more people take the vaccine and the stuff come down. Let's that coronavirus mutation surprise our ass. And it just might, but let's hope for the best and get vaccinated for the worst. That's what I'm thinking. Then why you get the vaccination? I'm preparing for the worst, just in case. Shit, I ain't stupid. Don't buy this shit, though. Sell. Good time to sell, but don't buy. Wait. Sell and take your cash and sit on it. Find the cheapest shit you can find. Your mama's house. Mama, we coming home. She might be glad to see you. My mama's in this apartment over here. She came over here yesterday. And I had told my mother before we got this apartment, I said, Mama, you might just want to stay here with me. Not cool with it. It's just me and you. Let's make it work. She wanted her own place. So I said, fine. Now she's over there bored. I don't like it. I'm bored. Oh, nobody over here. I said, Mama, the building is new. Like, give them time to get more tenants into the building. It's because you go there, it's a ghost town. There's nobody there. See, I enjoy stuff like that, but my mother's a people person. She got to be around these people. Y'all know the churches are closed. She can't do that. There's a lot of stuff that my mother was doing that she can't do right now because of the coronavirus. So she said, no, I'm bored. I just don't like it, Walter. Well, you were sitting in a house full of people. I begged you to work it out with my sister. And I was going to come out there and put some money into a house I don't own. It helped make you all comfortable over there, especially you. But you ran to a hotel. I told you stay here with me. You didn't want to do that, so you went on and got your own apartment. It's beautiful. But Walter, all I do is go to stores and shop and pay. I'm just bored. I don't know. So I'm taking her to the Apple store and get her a MacBook. So she can sit at home and ring. I'm going to show her how to record videos so she can do her own YouTube. Do something to entertain her. So I don't know what else to do. I mean, the churches are not open. It's not like you can go volunteer someplace. I have some friends who she was kind of working with. I told her to go back to the hotel, but like my friend said he would help her. She was working there for a little while, and then I don't know why she just. I don't know. Go back to the hotel. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know. I'm not bored over here. I can assure you of that. I'm sitting over here. I'm not bored. Trust me. I know as you age, things change. My mother's got to be constantly around. I really wish my sisters and them would really get involved more so with my mother. It just can't be me. And my younger sister Abby, I don't know what's going on in her head because they don't hang out at all. My younger sister Abby could have went over there and stayed with Mama. They would have been fine. I told her I was going to make it. I told them to get a 2-bedroom. I paid for it. They don't do that. Well, Abby didn't want to do it. My mother was kind of on the fence about it. They should have did that. 2 women would have been happy over there together. But look, anyway, back to this expensive ass fucking real estate. Don't buy this shit. And I'm gonna talk about the situation in Miami. I know y'all have wanted me to discuss the situation here where those women lost their lives. That stuff is tough for me to talk about because, first off, no one was. I was flabbergasted. This man went in there and killed these women, and I just haven't gotten the right frame of mind to discuss that. That church a few years back when people in that church were killed. I go to massage parlors and get massages all the time. I could have been laid up on one of them tables getting a massage, and I'm certainly when they're having sex with nobody at no damn massage parlor. And it could have happened to me. They cheap, they're very inexpensive. I go to the Asians, they are cheaper than them. Everybody else like, hey, we want $80 for what? The Asians do it for a whole lot less. I mean, I do want to discuss that. So, just I haven't gotten to the frame of mind to discuss it yet, and so there's been a lot going on here in Atlanta. Then there was the Miami situation, but I love Miami, and to see what them niggas is down there doing for so-called spring breakers. They ain't spring break, they're just heathens, y'all. We know it. Them niggas ain't been in nobody's college institution. They barely got through high school, and they're down in Miami acting a goddamn fool. They do it every year. It's not. I made one mistake one spring. Me and Earl went to Miami, and that shit was going on. I said never again. Years ago, when Versace was alive and Miami Beach, South Beach was beautiful, we would put on nice clothes, go to beautiful restaurants. It was just glorious down there. Now, with all them heathens running around there, it ain't so much. They had all the upscale stores, upscale restaurants. This is back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Mainly, Miami South Beach in particular was beautiful. It's still beautiful, but what is drawing? Y'all saw them heathens running around. I can't tolerate that mess. I'm not going to leave Atlanta full of niggas and go down to Miami and stay a bunch of poor niggas. I don't want to see them yelling, screaming, shaking their ass all over the place. So I don't want to see that. So they should have got some buses and corralled them heathens up and drug their asses to the local county jails and dumped their out. They better be lucky I was the mayor of Miami. Round them niggas up. Get them all. I brought out big yellow school buses and grabbed everyone we could and tasseled their ass and do like catching cattle. You're not acting a fool. I don't get it. But back to the real estate. Leave it alone, y'all. Be patient. Stack your money. Better days are coming. Do not follow these people off no cliff with this real estate. Don't look at these lowest interest rates. Look at what you're paying for it. The interest rate ain't shit. I can get more house. Who wants to be saddled with a $5, $6, $7, $800,000 mortgage payment? I don't. It takes forever to pay this shit off. I can imagine it. I've owned expensive houses like that back then when I got a house back. When I bought that house, I paid $700,000 for a mansion. We didn't need it either. But it was worth way more. I paid $700,000 for this house. It was worth about 1.5 something around. Got it for 50 cents on the dollar. That was the deal. I brought them in the market. Tanked. Yeah, I didn't buy it at the peak. Got it for 50 cents on the dollar. That's a deal. Now, if you land you a $700,000 house and this is worth $1.5 million or whatever, you say, okay, good deal. You can get there's an upside to this. I can escape when I get tired of paying these hefty mortgage payments. And if y'all only do that tax bill, it was $20-something thousand a year. And we didn't have that in escrows. And we had to write a check for that. I'm not doing that. No. Don't forget you got to call on Jesus. You say, you don't believe in Jesus? Of course I believe in Jesus. Because he had to come over there and cut the grass, clean the gutters, paint the walls, fix the roof. Garage door break. Jesus! Come on over and fix it. Get the electric gate one open. Jesus, come on over and fix it. Door flip on a light switch, but the light switch explode half the house in darkness. What's going on? Jesus! They come let Jesus electricity come over and fix it. I get tired of that shit. Tired of it. Then you gotta pay for this, and pay for this, and pay for this, and pay for this, and pay for this. And it never stopped until we moved out that raggedy ass house. That's why I prefer. I love big houses, but I prefer a small house. And ain't nothing like spending your Saturday afternoon scrubbing every fucking toilet and bathtub and everything else and mopping floors and everything. It's just too much. It is too much. Way too much. So, anyway, this video is long as hell. I'm going to have to get up here and get me some more coffee. Hopefully that rain will continue. It was raining earlier. I don't think we're going to have more rain today. We poured down last night. It was wonderful to have some rain. I feel a lot better. I can breathe. My nose was so congested. I was rinsing. I said, oh, I couldn't breathe. My head, everything was, I feel a lot better. And yes, I've tried. Y'all have to realize that I've been dealing with these allergies for years. So a lot of these medications, they just don't work for me. So I have to use a neti pot and others. I think Allegra works for me. There's a few things that work, but not a lot. But the Benadryl seems to work, but it still knocks me out after all these years. That Benadryl, it works though, but it knocked me the fuck out. But anyway, today is Friday, March 26th. The year is 2021. We're still in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. Hopefully people are getting their vaccines and we can emerge from this and be able to do the things that we wanted to do before the coronavirus came and ate everything in town. Y'all don't forget to share my videos with family and friends and click like. I keep forgetting to tell y'all that. To click like on the videos and subscribe to my channel, please. That all helps me to do more videos, which I'm trying to do some few more today. Anyway, I'm out of here, you all, and enjoy the rest of the Friday, March 26, 2021. I'm out.